everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today I have a foundation review. So before I jump into today's foundation review, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any of my videos if these are interesting to you. I like foundation reviews, I do Project Pan videos, so if any of that sounds good, definitely hit that button. And now let's just hop into what today's video is about. So like I said, today is a foundation review and you guys can see the title, but this is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. This has coconut milk and aloe extract in it. Mine is in the color 510 Porcelain and is supposed to be a dewy finish foundation that is also vegan. From what I see on Covergirl's website, there are 14 shades available, so definitely not a very large shade range. Definitely more focused on the lighter spectrum, so it definitely doesn't cater to deeper skin tones as much as I think it should. So that is definitely a con for me, but I am hoping that if this foundation does well, that they will bring more shades in. I think that's the hope with any foundation that releases, that they don't release a lot of shades in, that if it does well, they'll release more. So I'll have my fingers crossed for that, but for the moment, the shade range definitely isn't the greatest. As for price range, I've seen it vary anyway from $9 to $12. I got mine on Ulta for $10, I believe, or $10.99, somewhere in there, which is pretty good for a foundation. It is drugstore, of course, because it's CoverGirl, and it is also cruelty-free. I haven't tried anything from CoverGirl since I went cruelty-free, so this is the first time I'm stepping back into it, but I loved CoverGirl back in the day, so I was excited to see this. I think a lot of their stuff works really well for me. And as for this, I really like the packaging. I think it's really cute. I actually like squeezy tubes a lot. I feel like I get the most product out of them and they're just more compact and nice. The only non-benefit is that this is plastic and I have to recycle it, and hopefully they do recycle it. With glass can be recycled multiple times and it's easier to clean out to be recycled. So that's the only con, but I think overall, nice slim packaging, looks really nice. As for what CoverGirl says this foundation is for, like I said before, it is a dewy finish foundation. So for me, I have combo to dry skin. I lean a little bit more combo right now. I have really bad dry patches along my jawline and my forehead and a little bit on my nose sometimes. And then I produce a lot of oil around my nostrils. So I do tend to like dewy foundations better. I don't like matte on my skin because it just falls too flat, because I do have pretty dull dry skin a lot of the time during the year. So this is something that appealed to me a little bit more than other foundations. As for what CoverGirl says this is going to do, this foundation is formulated without formaldehyde, phthalates, parabens, sulfates, and talc, and it is a lightweight, nourishing liquid foundation. It's going to give your skin a boost of hydration. They say that's going to be coming from the coconut and the aloe, which there's coconut milk and aloe extract in the formula. And I think I say it in my application, but there is a slight scent to this. I can't really pinpoint what I think it is, but I think it might be the aloe. Also, I think the aloe gives it a certain texture. I personally really like the texture. It almost feels gel-like, but not overly gel-like. So it's like a combination of a gel and a liquid like a normal liquid foundation. It's really nice. I think it feels really good on the skin too. It says you'll experience a glowy, dewy finish that lasts all day. They don't give specifics for how many hours they say, but all day could really vary for a lot of people. Some people only work for 6 hours, so for them that's all day, but 6 to 12 hours could be the range. I think that's too big of a range, so I did wear it all day yesterday to see how I thought it would do. And then after that, it just says it will cover imperfections and create a more flawless base, which I think is the whole purpose of foundation. So that is all the specs on this foundation for the most part. Everything about this sounds like something I would really enjoy, so I was really excited to try this. The price is right. I found a shade that works for me. Again, it's catered more to my skin tone, which again is unfortunate. So I'm really hoping this does well and they come out with a lot more in the deep range, because it's seriously lacking there. Because I feel like brands need to, but I'm not sure how their company works. I don't know if it was a money restriction, a business restriction, who knows what it is, a formula restriction, whatever it is. Hopefully this does well and they can come out with more, but we will see. So that's my major con right now. Now that I've gone over all the specs, let's get into my first application, which I will insert right now. So it is 9:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be wearing this guy. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. It's supposed to be a nourishing foundation with coconut milk and aloe extract, and mine is in the color 510 Porcelain, and it says it's a dewy finish. I'm a little worried about the coconut milk because coconut stuff can sometimes break me out, so hopefully this doesn't break me out. But I'm really excited to try this. CoverGirl went cruelty-free a couple years ago, and I haven't tried anything since they've gone cruelty-free. So I'm really excited to try this, but I loved CoverGirl back in the day. I loved the 3-in-1. I loved the Clean Fresh foundation they came out with a couple years ago. I actually have a video on my channel. It might be private now, but I really, really liked CoverGirl, so I'm excited to try this. So right now I have my SPF on and that's it, and I have my eyebrows done. But that's the only thing on my skin. And I was gonna do split with a sponge and with a brush, but I think I'm just gonna try it with a brush first, see how I feel, because I've been applying my foundations with a brush only, and I like it a little bit better. So we're gonna do that. I think this color should be a pretty good shade match. It looks pretty close. Just hoping it doesn't oxidize, so let's get into this. I am going to zoom you guys in. Okay, I opened the other blind, so hopefully the lighting's a little bit better, but this is all natural daylight. You can see my skin is okay right now. It's a little dry lately, and I just have redness, which is my usual. So I'm really excited. I hope this works out really well, because this is like a good size. I think it's still 1 fluid ounce, but I don't know. I like these little squeezy tubes. Okay, so there it is on my hand. It kind of smells... It smells a little bit like sunscreen, but not too sunscreeny. Does that make sense? So I'm just gonna dab it on this side first. Ooh, it feels smooth. It almost feels like a moisturizer. It has like a really moisturizing feel to it. And I know people have posted reviews of this already and wear tests. I have not seen any, so this is going to be completely blind, but let's go. This is my Sigma F80. It's my favorite foundation brush. It's so good. Actually, the color might be a little light. Maybe. It might be a smidge light. And that was a really small amount. And I feel like it evened me out a lot. It's not completely, because I can tell there's no product like right here. So it definitely sheared out. I mean, I didn't put that much on my face at all. But I honestly can't even see it on my skin. Like, I can tell it's there because I look more even than this side, but like I can't see it. Where is it? It's like invisible. Like, look at that. It looks like skin. Where is it? My skin versus foundation. Like, it's definitely just more even. Like, you can see I get a lot of like little redness dots all over my face. Like, my redness is the worst part about my skin. And it pretty much evened it out. It doesn't look nearly as red on this side, but like I don't feel like it looks like I'm wearing foundation either. It definitely didn't cover up anything here because I didn't spread it far enough. It has like such an interesting feel to it. Like, it feels like a jelly, bouncy moisture barrier on my skin. It's very interesting. I'm gonna take about that much, put it on my other side of my face, and then we will build up if I feel like I need any more. I didn't even use all that I just put on my hand, so we will build up with the remainder. Alright, so there is one light layer all over my face. I feel like it's really light and pretty right now. From what I can see, it's sitting on everything really nice. The only area that kind of looks a little weird is right here on the tip of my nose, but not that bad actually. I usually don't even put foundation on my nose, but I did for today because I don't like the way foundations sit on my nose at all. So here it is, both sides of my face, one light layer. I feel like it still just looks like my skin. I missed a little bit here, or on my eyebrows it was a little hard, but you can see there's a little bit of dryness on my nose, but everywhere else it's sitting really, really nice. So I'm gonna use the rest of this and just build it up on my cheeks and right here. Okay, now that the second layer is on, I think it did okay, but definitely the second layer is showing more issues. So I can see some of my dryness here. I can see dryness on my forehead right here. And it's not quite sitting as nice. It's like, now I can tell I have on foundation. My nose definitely looks dry. So in my like problem areas, it's definitely showing up a little bit. With 2 layers. It looks a lot better with just 1 layer. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup real quick. I'm not gonna do much. I am going out to eat lunch with my friend in about 2 hours. So I will be going outside, getting out in the element, walking around. I will be doing that. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. It should be really light. My eyes have been so watery every time I wear eyeshadow, so I don't think I'm gonna be wearing any eyeshadow. I think I'll just put my bronzer in my crease and throw on a mascara and just keep everything really light and fresh. So plus I feel like that's probably more of the aim of this foundation anyway, so I'm gonna do that and I will be right back, you guys. Alright, so I have all of my makeup on. Like I said, not much going on. It's just like my Physicians Formula butter bronzer, Tarte Party Blush. That's about it. Bronzer in my crease, and then the Urban Decay Born to Run, just a couple shades from that on my eyes. It's not, I don't know, right now it looks fine. I just don't think it's wowing me in any way right now. I'm hoping it just wears well. Like, I have no complaints, honestly. I think I'm just having a bad skin week. I'm not really enjoying my skin right now. I think I should have put some concealer on because I just look so tired today. So I don't think this is giving me any like extra boost to my skin or anything. It just kind of looks normal, but I will be wearing it for the rest of the day. It is currently 10:21, so it's been about an hour since I put it on, and I will be leaving here in probably about 30 minutes to an hour to go out to eat lunch, and hopefully it lasts for a while. It says that it's a dewy foundation. I don't feel like it's that dewy, honestly. This glow is coming from my blush more than anything. But yeah, this is what we're looking like. So I will see you guys for the first check-in in a few hours before I go on Twitch and stream. So probably right after I get back from lunch, I will check in with you guys, and then I will check in again tonight. So basically, after my first application, I waited a couple hours. I went and had lunch, and then I came back home, and it was right before I started streaming. I checked how everything looked. And I think for the most part, you guys can see in these clips that my foundation looked really nice. It was still really smooth, really even. It didn't really look like it was patching up anywhere. The only issue I had was I was still producing oil around my nostrils, which for me, again, is super normal. Like, it doesn't bother me. So I just took my pure pressed powder and I set that area again, and I think it looked really, really nice. I don't think the powder clumped up any. Everything else on my skin, I think, looked really, really smooth. I ended up going and streaming that night on Twitch for a few hours, and I think for the most part, it looked amazing. Even after I finished streaming, I took my streaming glasses off, which are gaming glasses because nerd alert, but I took my glasses off and it didn't produce the heavy lines for my glasses. It really wasn't that bad. And I asked my husband what he thought about my foundation, and he said it looked really nice. And if he says it looks really nice, it could mean anything. As long as he doesn't say it looks bad, it's usually a good review. But I didn't check in again through the night, but I worked until about 10 o'clock that night, and I honestly felt like it looked really good all night. I didn't have any areas where I thought it was fading too much. It had faded around my nose because I had touched it up at that point and touched my nose probably, and it had faded around my eyes a little bit right here because my eyes are profusely watering, but otherwise I thought it looked good everywhere else. I'm wearing it today again for the second day, and it's really lightweight, I can say that, and I can't really feel much going on my skin. As for like heaviness, the most heaviness I can feel is actually my cheek products, but the actual foundation feels so lightweight and comfortable, and I think it gives a really pretty glow to my skin. I think overall, I've only worn it twice now at this point, and I've only been wearing it for a few hours this morning, so it's hard for me to give a definitive answer, but after yesterday's wear test, I think honestly it looked so good. And I think even initial application, I was really impressed with how like light and yet covered everything looked, and I felt like it looked like skin. I still feel like it looks like skin on me today, so this might be a contender for a favorite product. I'm always looking for a nice dewy foundation, especially when that is affordable, so I'm hoping that I end up still liking this for another couple of weeks. Let me know if you guys want me to update you in the community tab in like a week or so, because I'll probably wear it a few more times in the next week or so, and let me know. I will update you guys in the community tab if you are interested. But this, guys, is my entire review. Overall, I'm giving this a really high review. I think for the price and for what it does and how long it lasts, I really enjoy it, but I also don't work 12-hour days. I work from home, so when I did my wear test, I did go out and do stuff in the wild, as I said, but it's not quite the same as like working on a floor. Like if you're a waitress or working around a lot of heat or anything, I don't know how it would do in that. But for me right now, just sitting at a desk all day, this worked. It was beautiful, and I really, really enjoy it so far. So my only con is the shade range. Price is right. The formula I really like. It has a little bit of a weird smell because I think it has the aloe and the coconut milk kind of give it a smell, but it's not bad. It's not offensive anyway, but if you are sin sensitive, that could also be a con. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this foundation. I was actually surprised. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. That, guys, is my review. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried this, what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have a different skin type than me, and if it changes your opinion of it. I don't know how this would do on oily skin because I don't have oily skin, so let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this foundation. Also, let me know down in the comments if there are any other foundations you would like for me to try. I have my eye on the Bite Beauty one, but I don't know because it's a little expensive for right now. But let me know in the comments if there's any foundations you would like me to try in the future, and hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also make sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave, and hopefully that means I see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!